God bless you, the mental health pastor here. Welcome to day number 4 of our 30-day Better is Possible challenge. And today I want to ask you this question. Who is helping you climb the mountain? Who is helping you climb the mountain? Another way of putting it, who is in your life helping you get ahead? You know, so often we are so comfortable with people in our lives that we share history with, and we are afraid to venture out into new relationships that have the potential for us to have victory with. Thank God that we can have people that's been in our corner for a while, and we got history, and we can laugh and we can joke and we can clown. But it comes a time where you have to start thinking about where you're headed. Are you getting there? Are you progressing? Is this circle causing you to triumph and to move forward and to accomplish goals? Because thank God for history, but we also need to understand to thank God for victory. And so we need to start having people in our corner that help sharpen us, that helps chisel us and provoke us and correct us in a healthy way. But in the correction, they are correcting us so we can move forward. Sometimes we're so afraid because we've experienced so many defeats that we become comfortable, not content, because inwardly we're frustrated, but we've managed to become comfortable even in our discontent because our disappointments and our failures and things in the past didn't work. And you'll begin to define yourself through your failure and through your disappointments and through your hit and misses. But that's not how God sees you. God has people that were there for that season in your life. But as you move forward and you begin to dream again, and as you begin to explore and to ponder and to think about it and to really reflect upon what God has put in your heart, He has people not only that you can have history with, but also you can experience victory with. And it's time that we evolve. It's time that you evolve. 2024 has to be different than 2023. We already know what failure looks like. We know what disappointment looks like. We know what some of the things we've caused. A lot of the disappointments and the failures because we didn't seek counsel. We didn't ask the right people. See, sometimes we're going to people who quit at doing things, and we're still trying to win asking people who quit. But I want to just encourage you today. Don't be afraid to establish new relationships. You know, many people, I was like that. I was afraid because I was shy and I was timid, and I was afraid to allow people that challenged me to grow higher. I was afraid to allow them in my life. And this was years ago, but still, this still was a true story because I had issues with myself, failures, disappointments. And then when people would come around me that could help me and help build me and help me to be strong and to be confident and to show grace and mercy to myself, I pushed them aside, and I readily ran to the people who were all in the same boat that I was in, the boat of procrastination, the boat of do nothing, the boat of complaining, the boat of fear. But then I recognized that the people that were doing the things that I desired to do, they were in the other boat. They were sailing upstream, and here I am sinking downstream. And so I want to encourage you. Thank God. As I said, this is not about Xing people out of your life. This is not about acting weird and getting rid of people. But what I am saying, thank God for the people we have history with. But I believe God wants us to have people in our lives that we can have victory with. A true story. My son, he's graduated since this situation occurred, but he was in his last year of college, and he was experiencing some frustration. He didn't understand where it was coming from. We would talk, we would share, and we would pray. And I said, you know what? Go talk to your counselor. Go sit with your counselor. Let her, you and her can exchange and dialogue and see what you come up with. And so he went to her, and then we talked maybe a week later or 2 weeks later. And he said what they discovered together was he now was a senior at that time. And it was time for him to evolve accordingly. But he was still living or had a mindset of being a sophomore, a freshman, or a junior, and those days were over. And God was trying to get him to evolve, and he was resisting it. So the frustration was a type of fear, because when it's time to evolve, that means there are new things that are going to be presented to you that you gotta that are designed for you. But if you're still living in a season that you were famous in, or a season where things were most comfortable for you, you will resist change and evolving. So my son said, that was the conclusion. It was time to evolve. He was a senior. A senior has a certain mindset. He's about to graduate. So there's a different mindset, a mind shift that occurs as you're about to graduate and enter into life in a different way, as opposed to living life as a student. And when he realized that he was resisting change and resisting growing, because he wanted to live where the comfortability and all his friends were and all the comforts were, which were great memories. But now it was time to experience this next part of his life. Not only that it would benefit him, but he would have victory with a new group of situations or friends. And so many of you need to hear this question again. Who is helping you climb the mountain? Sometimes we think we have the right people around us because we can vent. Venting is not the same as someone hearing you and then helping you move forward. Sometimes we are in fellowship. We're in issue fellowship. Let me put it that way. We're in issue fellowship. We identify from the same issue and we call it fellowship. But what we're doing is affirming our weaknesses to one another. Because you notice when you're in those kind of settings, you don't leave more encouraged to go forward. You just feel good that you're not the only one in that circumstance. But when you have meetings with the right people that God has placed or wants to bring to you, that not only you can build history, but you're going to build victory with. They're going to hear you. You can vent, but they're going to help challenge you and help move you forward and help walk you through to the next place. So the question again, who is helping you climb the mountain? We all need people that's going to help us to climb. Thank God for listening ears. But I thank God for those that can hold my hand and help me, and help move me forward. And you need people in your life. Don't be afraid to be challenged. The people God sends to your life may not always be perfect, but they're the right people to help you get to the next place in your life, to help you climb mountains, to help you overcome things. Don't always look for the perfect person. The perfect person, it might not always be the right person, but the right person might not always be perfect. But they're the right person that have compassion. They'll confront you when you're wrong, but they'll love you in the midst of that. And you'll get a sense of growth and progress, and you'll start seeing yourself excel. So thank God for all the people we have history with. Let me make sure I'm saying that right, because this is not about Xing people out. What it is about is allowing new things to occur, new people to enter into your life that believe in you. There are people designed that believe in you, but because we're not used to someone actually helping us and loving us, we're questioning their motives, and all they want to do is love you, and they see potential and they want you to move forward. So this is day 4 of the Better is Possible challenge. Who is helping you climb the mountain?